Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I created this oozing maggot infested wound. First, I took some Mehron Synwax and colored it using water activated paints. I kneaded the wax pieces until they were each one uniform color, one for muscles, a deeper red color, yellow for fatty tissue, and I kept a skin color piece for the outside of the wound. The second step in this tutorial is creating the shape of your wound with the wax and smoothing everything out. I'm actually using a sculpting tool here and my fingers to smooth out the wax. A little bit of Vaseline will also help smooth everything out. Next, I created muscle tissue by using the pink wax and sculpting the texture of muscle. This will help fill the wound and add a bit of realism. I added the deeper red shade of wax into the muscle tissue to create some dimension. Next, I added the yellow wax to create a bit of fatty tissue and a lot of pus to simulate an infection. I then powdered the outside of the wound using setting powder. This will mattify the skin around the wound, removing the shine and making it more realistic. The inside of the wound is the only part that we want to look wet and oozing. Gross, I know. That's what we're going for here. Next, I added a viscous fake pus to the wound. This pus is from a company called Vermillion Effects Artistry in the UK. You can wait to add this specific pus until the end of the look or follow how I did it here, however you see fit. This is just how I did it. I then painted the wound using alcohol-activated skin Illustrator paints to add more dimension and realism. Always remember, the more isopropyl alcohol you add to the paint, the more translucent it will be. The less isopropyl alcohol you add, the more opaque it will be. I painted a mauve color around the outside of the infected wound to look like irritation. Next, I painted the wound in several different blood tones to add even more dimension. Make sure not to overdo it on the blood though. Too much blood will hide some of the detail and sculpting work that you've done. I probably got carried away and went a little overboard with the blood tones, but I couldn't help myself. I love creating these fake wounds and making them as creepy and gory as possible. If you'd like more of the pink muscle part of the wound showing, just add a little less fake blood and pus than I did. I painted a pale flesh tone on the very outer edge of the wound for a highlight and even more dimension. I sculpted maggots out of the flesh tone wax using both a sculpting tool and my hands and put them on the wound. Going back into my alcohol activated paints, I painted the maggots in a very pale golden yellow mixed with light tan and light flesh tone. I painted each end of the maggot in a darker brown. You should use a reference picture to sculpt and paint both the wound and the maggots. I referenced a photo of a real injury that was infested in maggots to create this entire look. I'm just adding a bit more dimension and detail here. I added more pus to the wound next. I added a little bit of Vermillion effects, thick clotting blood and crimson to the wound as well. And that's it. This is my final result of the maggot infested wound. I hope you all enjoyed this mini makeup tutorial. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll put my social media at the very end so you can check me out on Instagram and elsewhere if you'd like as well. See you on the next one. Bye!